Hey there, this is Michael with a general reading for Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of June 2020. I do hope that this video finds you well, whether you're watching it for yourself or maybe you're cross-watching for another individual with Taurus placements. I do want to thank all of you who have supported this channel with your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. It's because of all of you I'm able to continue putting out these messages and doing this incredible work, so thank you all so much. I really feel so gifted to be able to do this work, especially during this time of great transition and change. And I do apologize that these are actually coming out a little bit late. Some of you may have gleaned from my other social media, if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, that I've actually been doing some activism myself. And I think a lot of light workers and a lot of spiritual people, which really everyone who's watching this video is, we really are being called to start acting and doing during this time. I know there's a lot of spiritual people who have kind of just been, watching things from the sidelines, and that's kind of a comfortable place for us, right? I mean, we kind of tune into spirituality sometimes to escape the physical world, but I think now more than ever, this is the shift that we are supposed to be a part of. So I hope you're able to see that, and it actually excites you and lifts you up for what could potentially be coming through all of the challenges that we are unfortunately experiencing now. I do have an astrology blog that should also help navigate the energy for the month of June, because we have 2 eclipses, 6 retrograde planets, and a major conjunction between Pluto and Jupiter at the end of the month. And this is just a lot of energy. We're already feeling it coming into June. So I do recommend looking at that blog, and it should actually help you not only for this month, but actually the next several months ahead, and just kind of give you an idea of what to be looking out for energetically. So all of that is linked down below, as well as links for personal readings and Reiki sessions, and donations for those of you who feel so called. I am offering my Reiki services at 25% off if you use the discount Eclipse for the month of June 2020. So that is Eclipse. And you get the 25% off with the healing session with me. I apologize if my words are a little bit jumbled right now. We are in the pre-shadow phase for Mercury retrograde, and I'm a Virgo, so I get very thrown off kilter when that happens. But it does make my intuition go way up, especially in a water sign like Cancer. So it may not be the prettiest explanation of things, but trust me, I'm dialed in right now. So I am going to shuffle here for you, Taurus. And as I'm doing that, I'm just going to give my friendly reminder that these are general readings, meaning not all of the messages that come forward are for everybody. It is up to your own intuition and discernment to figure out what applies to your own life and what should be left behind for somebody else. If this video just doesn't really resonate for you, or you'd like a little more clarity, you're more than welcome to look at the videos for your Moon, Rising, or Venus signs. And if you don't know what those are, I do have a natal chart calculator, again, linked down below. And I think that's pretty much everything. You can switch the roles as well. Sometimes with these general readings, you may have to figure out who is what role. And that's totally fine, as long as the message or energy is resonating for you. So what are the messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Show me clearly for the month of June. We already have a couple cards here on the table. The first one that actually popped out was the Empress, which is one of your ruling cards, Taurus. So this is really nice to see. You're feeling very much in your element, actually, or there's some sort of blessing that's coming in where you're feeling very stable and you're really coming into your element. Although with the 3 of Wands showing up in your heart, showing up in your emotions, this may actually just be a future prospect that feels really good to you. It's like you're figuring out, where do I go next? What feels like home? What feels good to me? And that may be because there's some sort of offer, or there's just some sort of perspective shift where you're really seeing things quite beautifully. You're so abundant. You're actually a really strong manifester for the month of June. it's like you have something good already here with this Empress energy, and you can just feel more coming. There's more on the horizon here for you. I do have to wonder if someone is a little jealous of you, to be honest, Taurus. Could be a Leo with the Strength card in reverse here. Could also be a Libra, or maybe even another Taurus, or someone who has a heavy placement in one of those signs. Doesn't have to. Because I feel like this is someone that you're talking to. It's in the communication for you, the Strength card in reverse. I actually want to clarify this a little more, because this feels a little separate to what is going on here with this Three of Wands and the Empress. Tell me a little more about the Strength card in reverse. Judgment in reverse. Interesting. Something is falling away, and I have to be honest, I feel like it's more like somebody, maybe a friend or a family member in your life, you're kind of cutting ties with. It feels like someone who's a little bit... They could either be very explosive, have kind of a big temper. I could also just seeing them being a little bit of a narcissist or very self-centered, and they're very thrown off kilter when things don't go their way. And it almost, Taurus, it almost feels like you're kind of just like telling this person you had your chance. I tried keeping you in my life. I tried making this relationship work. Like, you really don't seem that concerned about it, if I'm being honest. Like, this actually feels like a big relief for you. Even if there's some drama that's attached to it, it's like, oh, thank God. Like, you're finally getting the stability back. And you're enjoying yourself. I feel like there might be an ex who's trying to come back in, to be honest with you, and you're just like, no. With this Empress energy, like, and maybe you're watching this and you feel like, oh, but I want that person back. It's like, you just, something shifts, something changes with this Three of Wands. You see something new, maybe a new prospect, or just what your life could be, and you're not about to give that up. Dang, Taurus. What else do we have? Let's pull some animal cards. Golden egg. This is beautiful. This is so beautiful. This is your heart chakra. It's like you're opening up to love, or just opening your heart to something. And everything that's just toxic and not making you happy, not working for you, is just falling to the wayside here. And it's really important for you to reconnect with your heart. I'm actually really being drawn to this nest that's around this golden egg here, because I see this Empress energy, and it's like, it's important for you to have a space for yourself. Some of you might actually be moving, or thinking about moving, making plans to do that, or even just going on a trip, going to travel. I see that with the Three of Wands. Obviously, that's kind of tricky with, you know, with lockdown, with the pandemic. But some of you are really looking forward to something. And I feel like your heart is guiding you here. And this was actually a big thing that I wrote about for the month in the horoscope. What else do we have? Some of you might just have this incredible idea. actually, with this Empress energy. It's like you're pregnant with this new idea that can give you a lot of success in the future. That's way too many. Let's try that again. Actually, this one fell out. Okay, so we have the Page of Wands, the Tower in reverse, and the Page of Pentacles. I was just saying, I feel like some of you are being divinely inspired. And it's like you're finally answering the call with the Judgment card in the reverse. You didn't miss your calling. You may have thought you missed your calling at some point in your life, or that there was just no way you could do it. But with these two pages, this is about passion, creativity, having this spark. And the Page of Pentacles, it's learning something practical. I feel like some of you might actually be starting new work, or you're thinking about this new project, and it's actually something that could be quite lucrative for you or quite successful for you. With the Tower in reverse, this is a little interesting because I actually feel like walls are coming down. And this is showing up in your emotions. It's like if your heart has been guarded, if you felt like you needed to protect your heart either from other people or from the things that you really wanted, like you didn't allow yourself to really pursue these things before, there's this perspective shift, there's these walls coming down. And that could be part of the eclipses that we're having. It could be part of, you know, Mercury going retrograde, or all of these planets going retrograde. I could potentially see that. We do have the Cancer eclipse, which for you, it is your third house. I feel like some of you are actually finding your people as well. Finding your place. And there really is this big opening in your mind. There is this perspective shift, and it's almost like all of a sudden something happens in June, Taurus, where it's just like your mind has shifted, and all of these blessings are coming in. You're becoming very abundant. You're becoming a very powerful manifester. And right at the bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. I really just had this wave of energy that some of you have not been able to manifest because of these heart walls, because you have an issue with receiving. And you're now opening up your ability to receive by opening your heart. So I want to pull one more card here for you. Some of you might have this creative idea. Water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Yeah, again, some of you, I feel like you're incubating this creative idea or this passion project of yours, and it's important that you do take care of yourself. We were talking about that with the Empress and the Golden Egg. It is really important that you're engaging in your self-care and really making sure that you're taking care of your physical body as well as your mental and emotional health. They're all very interconnected. I really feel like You don't need to rush this. It's kind of happening in divine timing. I actually want to read this from the booklet and see what it says, but again, it's like there's something you are supposed to nurture inside of yourself, and that could be you just taking care of yourself for the month of June, especially with kind of this heavy energy. Maybe this is you doing some Reiki healing. Maybe you do need some energy healing. But let's see. Earth is a seasonal planet, and as such, you're a seasonal being, cyclic. You can't be on and in full bloom month after month, day after day. You're strongly being called to put on the brakes, rest, and refuel. Take a moment to restock and replenish, and slow right on down. Your body is the only body you're given, and it needs to be respected as such. You're being called to take responsibility of your well-being, to put your health and body first. I know it can feel like time is running out and as if there are urgent things that simply can't wait. However, if you keep pushing on, soon fatigue will set in. This way of living isn't sustainable. If anybody continues to race through life, eventually they will reach exhaustion and it will take longer to recover than it would have done to just rest. Immune system disorders and mystery illnesses are becoming much more common because we're putting too much pressure on our bodies to keep up with the instantaneous pace of modern life. It's almost like our world is being slowed down by some sort of disease or something. I wonder why that's happening on the spiritual level. How are you being called to put on the brakes, to rest, restore, and rejuvenate? When was the last time you took a holiday or had a full weekend, day, or afternoon off? Look after your precious body and mind. Give yourself enough time to recover when you find yourself running on your reserves. There is enough time. Life will bend toward you when you do. What is your body yearning for? And that's so interesting. I really feel like this thing that you've been trying to manifest, if it feels like, Taurus, you're having a hard time bringing that in, like it feels like it's just in your reach or it's just in your horizons, but it's not quite there yet, ironically, it's by you giving yourself space and time to just rest and take care of yourself, really nurture yourself, open your heart chakra, that's when it actually comes in. It's like the moment you give yourself a break is actually when everything falls into place. So that's really, really interesting. Those are all the messages I have for you this month, Taurus. I do hope that this reading was helpful for you. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what this thing you're trying to manifest is, what this new vision is. It feels like it's going to be very, very successful for you. You don't need to push through it. You can give yourself some time and give yourself some rest. I have all of my links for social media and my services down below, and again, you can get 25% off of Reiki using the discount code Eclipse, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, Taurus. Have a great rest of your month.